Taehyung sat beside his best friend Era, holding his stomach tightly and leaning a bit to the side. His soft features were twisted in pain as he tried to breathe calmly. Taehyung mentioned softly, my tummy is hurting a lot. I can't handle these cramps anymore. Era patting his back gently. Yeah, I know that. Getting outside at home is like a real nightmare. Era looked at him with worried eyes and rubbed his back, softly tried to comfort him. Taehyung nodded with a weak smile, his eyes watered from pain. He had already taken the medicine, but Era just one more lecture, Taehyung. After that, we'll go home immediately, okay? Taehyung softly, okay. He didn't want to cry, but the pain was really hard to bear. And to make things worse, the last lecture was physics, the subject that already gave him headaches even without cramps. And the professor was Jungkook, someone very special to him. Taehyung looked at the door with hopeful eyes. Jungkook was not just any professor, he was also Taehyung's fiance. Even thought they keep it private, Jungkook always took care of Taehyung quietly, making sure not to break any rules. Taehyung knew Jungkook remember his monthly dates. He was always gentle, always understanding. Maybe today too. He would understand and let him go home. As he thought of that, the classroom door opened and Jungkook walked in. Student in confusion. Good afternoon, Professor John. Jungkook nodded quickly. Take your seat. Everyone quickly sat down. Today, Jungkook didn't look like himself. His usual soft, handsome face was stiff. His eyebrows were slightly pulled together, and he looked tired, maybe angered. He was holding a bunch of paper, a, a stick pointer, and marker pens. Taehyung thinking to himself, oh no, he looked upset. Did something happen in the academic meeting? Just as Taehyung was about to stand up and ask for a leave, Jungkook eyes met his. It wasn't his usual warm gaze. It was cool, distant, Taehyung frozen. He slowly sat back in his seat without saying anything. That single look had stopped him. Jungkook calm but firm. Today we were relieved the last semester topics. That's going to be a surprise test next week. I want everyone to focus. The class granted, but no one dared to protest loudly. Taehyung sat his hands on his stomach, tried to hide his pain. His heart felt heavier now, not just because of the cramp, but also because Jungkook didn't look like the caring fiance he knew. What Taehyung didn't know was that Jungkook had seen his result earlier that day. Jungkook had high hope for Taehyung. He always dreamed of seeing him in the top three students, but Taehyung had scored an average grade, not too low but not too top either. Physics had never been easy for Taehyung. Formulas, theories, law, it all felt too much sometimes, but still he never gave up. He tried, and for him, and that average score. But Jungkook, he had expected more. As Jungkook turned towards the board and started explaining with the marker in his hand, Taehyung kept shifting uncomfortably in his seat. Taehyung whispering to Era, I don't think I can see through this Era. I feel like crying. Era whispering back, hanging there, just talk to him after class. I'm sure he'll listen. It was already a difficult day for Taehyung. The pain in his stomach was getting worse with every passing minute. He sat quietly beside his best friend Era, holding into the edge of the bench, his finger trembling, his soft eyes were teary, but he kept his head down, hoping the lecture would end soon. The pain was bad, but some things else hurt even more. His fiancée, Professor Jungkook, hadn't even looked at him once since entering the classroom. Earlier that day, Jungkook had attended an academic meeting. The entire meeting was about high school students and those who were not doing so well, and Taehyung's name had come up too. Though Taehyung was not feeling he wasn't in the top group either. Jungkook, thinking during the meeting, gave him all the notes, explained the formulas, stay up late solving problem with him, and still he scored only average. He felt disappointed. He didn't want to feel this way about the person he loved the most, but somewhere deep inside, Jungkook being blaming Taehyung for not working hard enough. Still, he never said a word to Taehyung about it. But now his frustration was pulling up back in class. Jungkook stood tall near the board and looked at everyone. Jungkook farmers today there will be a surprise test. It's for 100 marks and I expect everyone to score more than 17. Is that clear? The class went silent for a few seconds before answering together. Student, yes sir. Taehyung heart sank. He could barely sit upright, and now a test. He wanted Jungkook to just glance at him just once. Maybe if he saw Taehyung's eyes, he would understand the pain. Maybe he would stop the test or let him go. But Jungkook didn't even glance his way. He was acting as if Taehyung didn't exist. He told the first bench student to pass the test paper. Soon Taehyung had the question paper in his hand too. The letter on the paper looked blurry as his cream washed his spread shoulders and he held his stomach tightly. Taehyung thinking, please look at me Jungkook, please. But nothing. Jungkook announcing, time started now. You have 1 hour. Taehyung frozen, his hand holding the pen tremble. He looked at the era beside him. Taehyung whispering with teary eyes, please do something. I swear I'll die if this pain continue. Before Era could respond, a loud bang on the desk echoed throughout the classroom. Everyone flinched, including Taehyung. Jungkook was standing at the front, his jaw clenched tightly, his fist pressed hand against the desk. His voice was loud, cold, and filled with anger. Jungkook yelling, "What do you think are you doing, Mr. Kim Taehyung?" Taehyung eyes widened in shock. Jungkook, can't you even pass a test without someone helps? Is this that hard for you? Are you that weak? You are just watching your parents' money. You are not even fit for this course. Every word felt like a slap on Taehyung's heart. Jungkook angrily, I am disappointed in you. And you know what? You are a disappointment to your parents too. At leave have some shame and study, or do you plan to depend on others your entire life? Is that the future you want? Taehyung lip trembled. tears had been falling for a while, but now they came freely. His chest hurt more than his stomach. His ear rang with Jungkook's voice. Jungkook breathing heavily. What are you still doing here? Get out of my class. The classroom remained silent, frozen. No one dared to say a word. Era looked at Taehyung with tears in her eyes, feeling helpless. She had never seen Taehyung like this, so broken, so silent. Taehyung softly in his heart, "You think I'm a disappointment? You, the person, the most." As Taehyung walked past Jungkook to leave, he heard one most was Jungkook mumbling under his breath. Useless. That was it. Taehyung didn't even beg. He packed his bag with trembling hands and walked out. He ran home with tears running down his face. At home, Taehyung curled up on his bed, hugging his pillow tightly. The cramp still hurt, but nothing compared to his heart. Taehyung crying softly, "Why? Why would he said all that?" Jungkook was repeated in his mind again and again. It meant useless, not to fit for this curse. His heart shattered. Taehyung had always known he was not a genius like Jungkook, but he worked hard, he tried, he never gave up, and yet he was told he was not enough. Taehyung whispering, "Even my parents never said such things, but he did. The person who promised to support me, he think I'm weak." He cried into his pillow until his eyes were sore and his chest hurt from sobbing. He felt like disappearing. Meanwhile, Jungkook stayed in the empty classroom. Everyone had left, but his heart was still heavy. He closed his eyes and leaned against the desk. Jungkook murmuring, "What did I just do?" He remembered Taehyung's teary face, his body shaking. He spilled eyes and he realized the truth. He had hurt the person he loved the most. Jungkook softly, "Taehyung." He clenched his fist, angry at himself. He had his frustration called his love. He had said things he didn't mean, things that might have broken Taehyung's heart beyond repair. Jungkook, guilty. I didn't mean it. I just wanted you to do well, but I went too far, so far. He sat down, covering his face with both hands. Jungkook softly, "I need to fix this before I lose him forever." Why Jungkook family is coming for dinner, his mother said sweetly, knocking on his bedroom door. Inside, Taehyung was lying silently on his bed, his face pressed into the pillow, eyes still red from crying. His heart felt heavy. Taehyung softly signing, "Why is everything happening today? Only today?" Still, he got up. He couldn't say no to his family. He washed his face, tried to hide the sign of tears, and wore a simple short petal outfit, no makeup. He didn't feel like doing it, but somehow his usual beauty still grew. Half an hour later, he walked out of his room. Mom smiling warmly, "You are looking beautiful, Taehyung." Taehyung blushing softly, "Mom." He smiled weakly, walking to the dining table to help her place the of dishes. Soon his dad joined them. Soon his dad joined in with his usual laughter, joking, and Chiche tried to keep the mood light. Taehyung tried to smile, but his heart was far away. Then the doorbell rang. Taehyung's shoulder tensed immediately. His body rejected before his mind could even think. He didn't want to see Jungkook, not after everything. But his parents mistook his silence for nervousness. Taehyung mom teasing, "Go open the door, Taehyung." She gently patted his back, smiled to herself with a slow step and deep breath. Taehyung walked to the door and opened it. There stood Jungkook's parents, smiled warmly, and behind them was Jungkook standing tall, handsome, and smiling at him like nothing had happened. Taehyung thinking, how can he smile at me so easily after all that? Still, Taehyung forced a smile and stepped aside. Taehyung softly, "Welcome." They entered the house carefully, exchanging greeting with Taehyung's parents. Meanwhile, Taehyung quickly escaped to the kitchen, pretending to help. When in reality, he just wanted to avoid Jungkook. In the living room, Jungkook kept searching the crowd with his eyes. He couldn't find Taehyung anywhere. That made his chest feel tighter. Taehyung mom playfully, "Oh dear, what happened, Jungkook?" Jungkook awkwardly scratched his neck. Nothing, auntie." Everyone chuckled softly. It's obvious what was bothering him. Taehyung dad smiling. Let's go have dinner." Everyone nodded and made their way to the dining table. Taehyung joined them silently. He stood up and served the side dishes gracefully, ate with a quiet distance. His hand never went near Jungkook's side of the table. He didn't look at once, but no one else noticed. Taehyung served himself very little. He didn't feel hungry. He planned to eat something sweet later, alone, if his heart allowed. Jungkook, on the other hand, never stopped staring at him. His eyes were glued to Taehyung every small moment. The way he avoided looking up, and the quiet way he chowed, the distant coldness in his aura, Jungkook thinking, "Please, just look at me once, then I know I mess up." The tension between them was strong. Jungkook could barely focus on his food. His heart kept whispering apology he couldn't say out loud. He had come home from university feeling guilty. His mind was filled with regret. He hadn't stopped thinking about the words he threw at Taehyung in class. Word he didn't mean, word that hurt deeply. Thought dinner, Jungkook kept glancing at him, and Taehyung kept ignoring him. After dinner, both families gathered again in the living room for tea. Later felt the air aspect between the two hearts still edging. Then the moment arrived. Taehyung mom cheerfully, "Why don't you two talk for a while? Go to Taehyung's room, spend some time alone." Jungkook mom smiling, "Yes, yes, don't be shy." Taehyung hesitated. He looked at his mom, then at Jungkook. Taehyung quickly, "Okay." Without saying more, he walked towards his room. Jungkook silently followed behind. Taehyung entered the room first, walking straight to the balcony, his hand clenched, his chest heavy with unspoken pain. There was The air was untouched, his face, but it couldn't calm the storm inside him. Jungkook followed quickly, his steps slow but firm. His heart was racing, eyes watching Taehyung back with guilty eating with alive. Jungkook softly at Taehyung, Taehyung coldly, hmm? He didn't look at him. Jungkook come closer, standing just behind him. He lowered his head gently, tried to rest in it on Taehyung's shoulders. Jungkook whispering, please look at me. Don't ignore me like this. But Taehyung stepped away quickly. Taehyung shaking his hand. Don't touch me, Mr. Jian. His voice was calm but filled with pain. Jungkook frozen. The distance in two was hit him hard, but he accepted it. He knew he deserved it. Jungkook softly, I'm sorry, Taehyung. I didn't mean to scold you like that. Taehyung cutting off. Do you even know that date is today? What date is today? Jungkook nervously. It's the 5th. Suddenly his eyes widened. Jungkook, your date. Taehyung bitterly laughed. Exactly, you forget. Jungkook, Taehyung, I was so caught up in the meeting, I didn't. Taehyung raised her voice, mumbling. You know how much I revise. I can't keep them in my head, but I still tried. Every single day for you. His voice broke as tears filled his eyes. Then you wanted me to stop, so I gave up everything I love, my painting, my music, my peace, just to meet your expectation. But now I see I was wrong. You only care about your reputation, not me. Jungkook's heart felt like it had been stable. He wanted to scream, to explain, to hug him, but his leg wouldn't move. His mouth went dry. Taehyung was sick. I have been lived my whole life pleading others, my parents who pushed me into this course, and you. And today in class, I wasn't cheating. I just wanted to ask for leave. Taehyung crying harder, but you didn't even look at me once. Am I really that invisible for you? That useless? Jungkook panicking. No, Taehyung, it's not like that. Taehyung, then why? Why did you call me a disappointment in front of everyone? Just say it now. If that what you think, at least I'll stop hoping. Jungkook took a step forward, but Taehyung took a step back. Taehyung, I'm afraid of Jungkook. I'm tired of everything. This pressure, this pain. I just want to live my life the way I want. He wiped his tears, forcing a small, broken smile. Taehyung, I think it's better if we part away. You will find someone better, someone who matches your standards. Jungkook felt like his entire world was crashing. The words partway echo in his mind like thunder. His throat tightened. Jungkook shaking. Nothing, no. You are just hurt right now. Please don't say such thing like that. I was stressed about the meeting and your result, but I was wrong. I should have understood. I didn't mean those things. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. He reached out gently and held Taehyung's hand, his finger trembling. Jungkook, please don't end this. Let's fix it together. Taehyung quickly pulled his hand away. You know what hurt the most, Jungkook? that you said those words so easily. I believe love could change things, but maybe it was just a dream. Jungkook desperate. No, you are not a dream. You are my whole world. Taehyung shook his head. Taehyung, you always like bold, confident people. I'm not like that. I thought maybe you love me the way I am, but I guess I was wrong. Your friend even say you don't like quiet boy. Jungkook voice rising with emotions. Taehyung, stop. You are not just quiet. You are kind, gentle, strong, and loving. You are everything I never even needed. Please don't leave. Then you said housewives are useless, and today you said to me in front of the entire class. I can't forget that. Jungkook was cracking. Taehyung, you are misunderstanding. I didn't mean it. I was upset after the meeting. I lost control, but I never thought for you the way. You are most precious thing in my life. You turned my cold, empty world into something warm and blooming. You teach me how to love. Jungkook suddenly dropped to his knees, tears rubbing down his cheeks. Jungkook pleading, I love you, Taehyung. I love you so much. Please don't go. I'll change. I'll be better. I swear. On everything, I'll never hurt you again. Please don't leave me. Taehyung gasped as he saw Jungkook on his knee, his heart broken all over again. Taehyung cried, get up, Jungkook. Please don't do this. You are making it hard for me. Jungkook sobbing, then don't make me stand without you. He stood up slowly, his eyes never leaving Taehyung. They both know how much they love each other. The pain was real, but the love was deeper. Taehyung couldn't take it anymore. He stepped forward and pulling Jungkook into a tight hug. Taehyung, why? Why did you do this to me, Jungkook? I love you so much. Why did you hurt me? Jungkook hugging tightly. I don't know. I am a fool, but please don't go. I'll never forgive myself if I lose you. They both stood there holding each other tightly, crying silently in each other's arms. Jungkook burned his face into Taehyung's hair, holding him like he was afraid to let go. Jungkook whispering, don't go, please. Please stay with me. Taehyung slowly pulled away. His hand reached into his pocket and he took out the engagement ring Jungkook gave him. Taehyung placing the ring in Jungkook's hand. Give this to the one who matches your dreams. Jungkook's heart stopped. Jungkook was breaking. I don't want anyone else. Baby, I only want you. You are not a dream. You are my paradise, my only one. Please keep the ring. Keep in your heart. Thank Terry. Then prove it not by words, Jungkook, but by how you treat me, respect, love, support. If you really want me, then fight for me. Don't make me question my worth again. Jungkook looked at him, eyes full of love and pain. Jungkook, I will. I promise I earn your trust again, even if it takes forever. And this time, it wasn't just a hug, it was a promise to start again. Not from the beginning, but the pain they both survived.